Today we see the derivative of composite function or chain rule. Derivative of composite function or chain rule. Before study chain rule, first we see how to write if a function is differentiable for a variable. That is, if y is differentiable function of u, then what we write? So here y and u, so we consider small change in y, delta y, small change in u, delta u. So this can be written as, by using the Leibniz theorem, limit delta u tends to 0, delta y by delta u is equals to dy by du. It means whenever y is differential function of u, then we can write limit delta u tends to 0, delta y by delta u. It means limit of this left hand side exists and is equals to dy by du. Now second example, if y is differentiable function of x, again y is differential function of x means what? So limit, here x means small change delta x, here y means delta y by delta x. This limit exists and is equals to dy by dx. Means again here limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x is equals to dy by dx. Now second one example again, if u is differentiable function of v, u is differentiable function of v. So again we can write, so small change in u is delta u, small change in v means delta v, delta u divided by delta v, and here limit of denominator, limit delta v tends to 0, this quantity is written as du by dv. Now one more example, if v is differentiable function of x, then we write small change in v means delta v divided by small change in x, delta x, and limit of this denominator, limit delta x tends to 0, this can be written as dv by dx. And lastly, if y is differentiable function of z, then we write small change in y, delta y, small change in z, delta z. So limit of this denominator quantity z to dz, delta z tends to 0. If this limit exists, then is equals to dy by dz. So this is about if one function is differentiable of one variable. Now our statement of the chain rule is, if y is equals to f of u and y is equals to f of u is a differentiable function of u and u equals to g of x is differentiable function of x such that the composite function y equals to f of g of x is differentiable function of x, then dy by dx is equals to dy by du into du by dx. So here dy by dx is equals to dy by du into du by dx. The simple result. So to prove this result, first of all we given y is equals to f of u and u is equals to g of x, where we assume u is not a constant function. So let there be a small increment in x, say delta x, then delta u and delta y are the corresponding increment in u and y respectively. Now here as delta x, delta u, delta y are small increment in x, u, y respectively, such that this delta x is not equals to 0 and delta y is not equals to 0. Now for delta x not equals to 0 and delta y is not equals to 0, we consider the term delta y by delta x. Now delta y by delta x, multiply numerator and denominator by delta u. So this is equals to delta y by delta x into delta u by delta u. So this term can be written as delta y by delta x is equals to delta y divided by delta u into delta u divided by delta x. Now taking limit delta x tends to 0 on both sides. So we write here limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x is equals to limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta u into delta u by delta x. So separate the limit. This is equals to limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta u into limit delta x tends to 0, delta u by delta x. So call this as 1. Now here y is differentiable function of u. So we write here limit delta u tends to 0, delta y by delta u is equals to dy by du, call as 2. And u is differentiable function of x. So u is differentiable function of x. So we again write here change in u, delta u, change in x, delta x. So delta u by delta x, limit delta x tends to 0 is equals to du by dx, call as third one. Now in first equation, here this value is limit delta x tends to 0. So we have to change this value for this one. in equation 1, delta x tends to 0 implies delta u tends to 0. So we change here limit delta x tends to 0 to delta u tends to 0. So equation 1 can be written as limit delta x tends to 0 delta y by delta x is equals to limit delta u tends to 0 delta y by delta u into limit delta x tends to 0 delta u by delta x. Right? Now from equation 2 and 3, this value can be written as dy by du, this second value can be written as du by dx. So therefore here limit delta x tends to 0 delta y by delta x is equals to dy by du into du by dx. So this means what? Limit on RHS exists. So therefore limit on LHS also exists and is dy by dx. Hence dy by dx is equals to dy by du into du by dx. This is one of the most important theorem in derivative. In this theorem, this value of changing limit point, that is delta x to delta u, is important. Now this theorem is for two variable y and u. This theorem can also extend for three variable y, v and u. So that is next one, note. If y is equals to f of v is differentiable function of v is equals to g of u is differentiable function of u is equals to h of x is differentiable function of x, then dy by dx is equals to, for this one, dy by dv for first one into, for second one, dv by du, and last for third one into du by dx. So in general, if y is differentiable function of u1 to u1 ui is, if y is differentiable function of u and ui is differentiable function of u I plus 1 for I is equals to 1, 2 and so on up to n minus of 1, and un is differentiable function of x, then dy by dx is equals to dy by du1 into du1 by du2 into du2 divided by du3 into and so on into dun minus of 1 divided by dun into dun by dx. This is for if y is differential function of u and ui is differential function of ui plus 1. So here up to this one, dy by dx equals to dy by du into du by dx is one of the most important theorem in examination and also in derivative. We see the example for this one. The example are so simple. We know the formula for x to the power n, then sine of x, then cos of x, then tan of x, cot of x, sec x, cosec x, e to the power x, a to the power x, or root x, and so on. We know formula for this one. Now for chain rule, here this value of x, this value of x, this value of x, x, this value of x is changed by some function of x. Means what? For x to the power n. So example may be 3x square plus twice of x plus 3 to the power cube. It means we have to find the derivative of this term. Secondly, 4x cube plus sine of x to the power 5. It means we have to find the derivative of this one. Then thirdly, x cube plus 3x to the power 5 means we have to find the derivative of this x square plus 3x x to the power 5. It means in the formula x to the power n, this x is replaced by any function of x. Now similarly for sine of x means replace this x by any function of x, means sine of x square plus 3x or sine of x plus 3x square plus 5. Similarly for this cos of tan of cot of sec x, cosec e to the power x, a to the power n, root of x. It means we have to replace, or the problem in the problem of change rule, this value of x is replaced by any other value function of x. We see one example. So here first one, y is equals to root x square plus 5. Now for this example, y is equals to root x square plus 5. It means we know the formula for y is equals to root x. Instead of this x, the value is given to be x square plus 5. To find derivative of such y, we replace x by u, means we replace the function which come for x by u. It means this value is x square plus x is instead of x. So we replace this value x square plus 5 by u. So we put here u is equals to x square plus 5. It means y can be written as root u, right? We know derivative of root of x is 1 divided by 2 root x. So derivative of y means differentiate with respect to u, this u. So dy by du is equals to 1 divided by 2 root u. We call as 1. Now here value of u. Secondly, u is equals to x square plus 5. So differentiate with respect to x. It means du by dx is equals to, now derivative of x square, write down the power of x, subtract one power from power. It means x to the power 2 minus of 1, and 2 minus of 1 means 1. So du by dx is equals to twice of x, and derivative of phi u means constant term. So derivative of phi u is equals to 0. So this is du by dx is equals to twice of x. Now we know by chain rule, dy by dx is equals to dy by du into du by dx. So this term can be written as dy by dx is equals to dy by du means this one 1 divided by 2 root u into du by dx means twice of x. So replace this u by x square plus 5 means this twice of x divided by 2 root x square plus 5. So this 2 to get cancelled, we get the limit derivative dy by dx is equals to x divided by root x square plus 5 using chain rule. Now similarly for second example, we consider two examples. Second example, y is equals to sine of log of x y is equals to sine of log of x. Now here we know formula for sine of x. In place of this x, the term coming is log of x. So we replace this log of x by u. So for this one, given y is equals to sine of log of x. So instead of x, here log of x. So we put here u is equals to log of x. So therefore y is equals to sine of u. Differentiate this term with respect to this term u. Means we are considering u is equals to log of x and y is equals to sine of u. So we have to differentiate this term by considering which term? U. So we u differentiate this one y with respect to u. So we are getting here dy by du is equals to derivative of sine means cos of u. Now so u is equals to log of x. Now derivative of log of x is 1 divided by x. So du by dx here differentiate with respect to x. So du by dx is equals to log of x. Derivative of log of x means 1 divided by x. Call as this as 1, this as 2. Now by chain rule, dy by dx is equals to dy by du into du by dx. Now put the value of dy by du and du by dx. So we are getting here dy by dx is equals to dy by du means cos of u into du by dx means 1 divided by x. Now put the value of x. So dy by dx is equals to cos of log of x divided by x. It means we are getting the derivative of sine of log of x. Means here derivative of sine of x is cos of x log of x, and derivative of this log of x is 1 divided by x. So this is using our theorem. Now there is another method to find the derivative of such function. So here let example y is equals to e to the power tan of x. It means the term we know derivative of e to the power x. So e to the power x, derivative of e to the power x is e to the power x. Now in this problem, instead of this x, the term coming is tan of x. So here y is equals to e to the power tan of x. So we have to take the derivative of this one. So let y given y is equals to e to the power tan of x, differentiate with respect to x. So here dy by dx is equals to, now derivative of e to the power x is e to the power x, means derivative of e to the power tan of x is tan of x. Now the term coming instead of x is tan of x. So we have multiplied this term d by derivative of tan of x. So dy by dx is equals to e to the power tan of x into derivative of tan of x means sec square x. So here sec square x, it means derivative by using the chain rule. Dy by dx is equals to e to the power tan of x into sec square x. Now secondly, y is equals to log of x to the power 5 plus 4. Now again we know formula for log of x. The derivative of log of x is 1 divided by x. The term coming instead of x is x square plus 4. So we have to take derivative of this term. So differentiate with respect to x, it means dy by dx is equals to, now derivative of this log of x is 1 divided by x. X means what here? X cube to the power 5 plus 4 means x to the power 5 plus 4 into derivative of the quantity instead of x means x to the power 5 plus 4. So dy by dx is equals to 1 divided by x to the power 5 plus 4. Here derivative of x to the power 5 means 5 x to the power 4. Write down the power, subtract 1 from power, 5 x to the power 4, and derivative of 4 means constant term is 0. So this is dy by dx is equals to 5 x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 5 plus 4. This is the derivative of log of x to the power 5 plus 4. Now one more example. Now y is equals to sine of x. Here we are considering three terms: first sine, second sine, third sine. We have to take derivative of each term. It means now we know the formula for sine of x. Here value of x is sine of sine x. So differentiate with respect to x means derivative of y is dy by dx. So derivative of this first sine of x means cos of sine x into derivative of the quantity instead of x means here this sine of sine x. So derivative of sine of x. So again, which is equals to cos of sine x into derivative of this second sine means again cos of sine of x into derivative of, instead of value x means sine of x. So this is equals to cos of sine of x, cos of sine of x, and derivative of sine of x is cos of x. Now second example, find the derivative of y is equals to log of cos of x to the power 5. Log of cos of x to the power 5. So we differentiate the y with respect to x with WRT with respect to x. So we write here dy by dx is equals to, now derivative of this log means 1 divided by something means what? X means what here? Cos of x to the power 5. So here 1 divided by cos of x to the power 5. Now the into derivative of the term coming instead of x means cos of x to the power 5. So here cos of x to the power 5. So this is equals to the denominator term is cos of x to the power 5. Now your derivative of this cos means what? Minus of sine x to the power 5. Now we know derivative of cos of x, and here coming the term cos of x to the power 5. So instead of x we have here x to the power 5. So into derivative of x to the power 5. So this is equals to minus of sine x to the power 5 divided by cos x to the power 5 into derivative of x to the power 5 means power, subtract 1 from power means 5x to the power 4. So this is equals to minus of 5x to the power 4 sin divided by cos means what? Tan of x to the power 5. This is dy by dx. The derivative of y is equals to log of cos of x to the power 5. Now one more example. So here y is equals to root sine x cube. Again here we know derivative for root x. So for derivative for root x is 1 divided by 2 root x. Now here value of x is sine of x cube. So differentiate with respect to x. So derivative of y with respect to x means dy by dx is equals to value of root x is 1 divided by 2 root x means this value is 1 divided by 2 root sine of x cube into derivative of x. X means what here? Sine of x cube. So here sine of x cube. So which is again equals to denominator term 2 root sine of x cube. Now your derivative of this sine means cos of x cube into derivative of x. This x means what? X cube. So into derivative of x cube. This is equals to cos of x cube divided by 2 root sine of x cube into derivative of x cube means what? Write down power, subtract 1 from power means 3x square. So derivative of y is equals to root sine of x cube is 3x square cos of x cube divided by 2 root sine of x cube. So this is the derivative of y equals to root sine of x cube. One more example. So y equals to 3 divided by 2x square minus of 7 to the power 5. Simple one. So here given y is equals to 3 divided by twice of x square minus of 7 to the power 5. This term can be written as y is equals to 3 divided by twice of x square minus of 7 to the power 5. This term can be written transfer this denominator to numerator. So y is equals to 3 into twice of x square minus of 7 to the power minus of 5. So this is equals to differentiate with respect to x. So dy by dx is equals to 3 as it is. Now we know derivative for x to the power n. Here x to the power n, we know formula for x to the power n. Here x, the value of x in given formula problem is 2x square minus of 7. It means if here x means 2x square minus of 7. So derivative of this x is write down the power, subtract 1 from power means minus of 5 into twice of x square minus of 7 to the power minus of 5 minus of 1 means minus of 6 into derivative of x. Here x is twice of x square minus of 7. So this is equals to minus of 15 into twice of x square minus of 7 into derivative of this 2. Derivative of x square is twice of x. Write down power, subtract 1 from power minus derivative of constant term 7 is 0. So this is equals to minus of 15 twice of x square minus of 7 into 4x. So this is 15 for the 60 minus of 60 into x into twice of x square minus of 7 is the required derivative of the given y. Here term is minus of 6 minus of power 6 minus of power 6 to the power minus of power 6. So this is equals to minus of 60x divided by twice of x square minus of 7 to the power 6. This is dy by dx. Required derivative.